Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Divinity Original Sin 2. In today's episode, we're going to go search and talk to some of the paladins in the, I guess technically in the Magister's quarters is where they are. This is the Magister's barracks, but it's been overtaken by the paladins, so... As you can see, dead Magisters. Hello.
The spirit of a half-dressed Magister stands before you, fumbling to draw his phantom blade from its sheath.
Try to get the spirit's attention.
The spirit manages to draw his sword and utter a challenge, though not one aimed at you.
Alarm! Sound the alarm! There's paladins attacking! Where are the whites?
He starts to swipe and jab his sword at an unseen opponent.
Take his
The
sword.
spirit turns in confusion, his sword at the ready. Too late.
I need a source point. And the Red Prince really doesn't like Magisters. Hello, Mr. Rat.
The rat skitters around your ankles in excitement.
You, help me, mistress, please. These blue-cloaked beasts are keeping her locked in a cage underground. Please hurry, she'll be grateful.
Say that you want to know who the rat's mistress is, first of all.
Go below, see for yourself. She's a kind and wise mistress, but she needs help.
I'll save her mistress, but you need to know exactly where she is.
To hold your mistress in the prison downstairs, asking her questions. She's locked in a cage of metal bars, but of magic as well.
Okay, fair enough. Another Magister over here.
The spirit of a Magister lingers nearby, scowling at the damage that's been dealt to the premises.
Look at this! Just look at this! Our barracks ransacked by our own brothers in arms, and my sworn Magister comrades murdered by them!
Were all the Magisters killed?
I got Brent out of here. He was wounded. He wouldn't have stood a chance if I hadn't helped. But hopefully some more made it as well. I came back to see if I could help any others, but I got a saber through the heart instead. Murdering blue bloods. The Void's welcome to the lot of them.
Where'd you take Brant? We already met Brant, I
Comes
think.
back to appraise you, a guarded look on his spectral features.
You're no paladin, but why should I tell you?
Mark the Ono Paladin, as he said. If he tells you what he knows, you'll check on his comrade.
Fine. Just check in on him for me, will you? There's a spot around the back, at the bottom of an embankment, where a culvert drains into the river. I lowered him down there, where the paladins likely wouldn't see him. He was bleeding like a stuck pig, though. I don't know if he made it.
I found something.
Have you now, Red Prince? What's this? I found something. What did you find exactly? I should be able to, like, Losa can just pick this lock. I'm not particularly worried. She's quick at doing it, and no one ever notices her doing it, so I don't really mind. I guess down here is what he found. Yeah, that was Brant, the one we found the other day. We actually found his corpse. Also a chest here, apparently. Pick this lock too, will you? With a giant diamond and a giant healing potion, both worth it. Not much of value out here, aside from some nails, which, funnily enough, is actually worth it to me. We're going to come up here and talk to Lord Kem, because he was who we were told to talk to if we wanted to find the Magister. Let's grab this letter and read it. Junk. Trefor, I knew you liked to wag that razored tongue of yours, but you need to keep yourself in check should Dallas come round. You remember Pretty. Weird names. He had a decency to talk back, just like you. Well, last time Dallas showed up, she brought that Friedemann character along with her. You know, the creepy fellow that's been teaching Alexander. Pretty just couldn't keep the jokes to himself, called Friedemann the Hammer's hooligan, loud enough for everyone to hear. That was it. Friedemann snarled, waved his hands about, and Pretty burned. From the inside out, until he was melting in blue-hot flames. He screamed to Dallas for mercy, but she watched, smiling, until he was naught but a pile of smoking ash. He's got to be more than just some wizard lackey. Trofa, he's too powerful. He's so powerful. Even the whites looked terrified when it was all over. So I'm telling you, on your best behavior, you don't want to be Vriedemann's next example, Gower. Yeah, Friedemann is interestingly powerful. We've noticed that a few times, actually. Seems to be more powerful than Dallas, even.
This is a waste of my damn time. It was you who sent us the War Owl. Without you, the Black Ring-loving Magisters would still be in charge. I suppose you have earned the right to involve yourself in Paladin business. Just this once. All this is thanks to you, you know. If we hadn't found out what the Whites were doing in the Black Pits, we wouldn't have known that they had to be stopped. I am in your debt.
Remember what Captain Oral said? Ask him if he knows where Dallas might be.
The Lord Dread lies in the harbor, but the Hammer isn't aboard. Nor is she among the piles of Magister bodies. Should you hear anything, you are of course welcome to bring it to me. But rest assured, your help is not needed. My paladins will find her, and she will face divine justice.
I can help. I've been tracking her since Fort Joy. He just needs to share what he knows.
Very well. We know that Dallas and the Whites conducted their heresy from these barracks. If they were all working for the Black Ring, and I believe they were, there must be some sign of it in this building. Perhaps even a safe house. We don't have much yet, but we will tear down every brick until we find their wretched hiding hole, and then we'll haul Dallas into the light.
What have you found so far?
Not much, at least not yet. Perhaps you'd have better luck given your credentials. The White Magisters were in these barracks when the fighting began, an entire cabal of them. If we find them, we will find Dallas, I have no doubt. They must have left some clue as they ran. Something that will lead us to their secret little den. Find it!
What does he know about Dallas? Ask him to tell you everything.
Who can truly know a diseased mind? She is rotten to the core. That I am sure of. Although much as I despise the creature, I have never known her to be a coward. She fought well in battles against the Black
Interesting.
Ring. Wherever she's hiding, she will not go quietly.
Thanks for the info.
I pray it helps. Voidwoken at one gate and the Black Ring at the other. We need to stop this madness. Do you need anything more?
You were happy to execute one of your own.
She disobeyed orders. She knew the consequences. I expect she shall receive justice.
What happened between the Paladins and the Magisters?
The Whites have betrayed the memory of Lucian in the most heinous manner. We've had our suspicions, but you provided us with proof. Collusion with the Black Ring. So we acted to put a stop to their treason. The Order must persist. The Order must endure. The Magisters can no longer have power.
I don't believe this does anything. Yeah.
Be quick. Enjoy the city, won't you? Arx is wonderful at this time of year.
Can you sell anything of use? No, not really. Yeah, it's interesting there because we sent an owl saying, look, these white magisters are working with the Black Ring. Lord Kem's answer to that was to murder every single magister. Which, I mean, I'm talking as Tom here, not as the Red Prince. Interesting. I'm talking as Tom here as the Red Prince, but that seems like somewhat of an overreaction. I think the Red Prince would be okay with it, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's a glowing amulet. Let's grab that. These chests literally just have, like, their personal possessions, effectively. There's a pouch. Expensive ring and some gold.
Engraved on the plaque are the words, discipline of body.
The 3 is discipline of body.
The plaque reads, purity of mind.
It's 4 plaques total, by the look of it.
The plaque reads 4, loyalty to the
Loyalty. And this one will be number 2, presumably.
The plaque reads 2.
Order. So order is second.
The plaque reads, Purity.
Purity, order, purity of mind, order of
Engraved on the
society,
plaque are the
discipline
words-
of body. I think this comes back later. I could write it down, but I'm not going to.
The plaque reads,
Loyalty
"For."
to the divine. Okay.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Why would there be a trap, I wonder? I'm gonna fail to disarm this, by the way. No, I didn't. Fantastic.
Careful.
Look out!
I've spotted a trap.
Nearby.
Well, I mean, that works. Thanks to Laura.
Fools! They aren't even looking in the right spot. They'll never find what they want. What's this then? The Paladins resorting to bringing in outsiders to try and decipher my work.
He sneers at you. His spectral form bears impressions of severe burn injuries.
No matter. You'll fail just like them.
Ask the spirit who he is exactly.
I was the High Cryptographer of the Magister Order, until the Paladins killed me. Coded letters, passwords, security measures, all my creation. Now that I'm dead, you'll never decipher any of it. My work will outlive you all.
Remark that the Magisters seem to have set fire to their own building in an effort to destroy evidence. Hardly sophisticated encryption.
The spirit's smug demeanor gives way to an angry scowl.
Desperate measures made necessary by the treacherous actions of our so-called allies. My encryption guards the most important secrets.
Ask what he knows about the Paladin's accusations. Treason, heresy, collusion with the Black Ring.
My task was to protect secrets, not to interpret them. But let me say this. The notion that we would have anything to do with the Black Ring is absurd. Patently absurd.
Demand to know more about Dallas and her plans.
My very life's work was to hide key intelligence from the light of both sun and source. What I know and what I have seen shall remain in shadow.
I've spotted something.
A combination lock is embedded into the face of the hatch, with 4 numbered dials.
Take a look at the combination lock.
A sequence of numbers has been engraved on the face of the mechanism. 1324. Below this are 4 dials. Each of the 4 dials bears 4 phrases that can be rotated into place. The first dial must be set.
1, 3...
A sequence of numbers
1,
has
3,
been
2,
engraved
4.
on each of the first dial must be set.
So 1 was... Purity of mind.
The mechanism clicks. The second dial has the same 4 phrases to select from.
1, 3, 2, 4, right? So 3 is... I gotta remember now. This was 3.
Engraved on the plaque are the words,
Body.
the plaque reads,
Yeah, purity of mind. So I got number 1, right? So
the
body
plaque reads,
and
4, loyalty to the
loyalty to divine. Okay, that's number 4.
The plaque reads,
Okay, cool. I think I should be able to get it.
a combination, a sequence of each of the 4 dials bears 4 phrases. The first dial must be set.
So the first one is purity of
The
mind,
mechanism clicks. The second dial has the same 4 phrases to select from.
purity of body.
The mechanism clicks. The third dial bears the same
These are
options
actually
as
in
before.
order, which is weird.
Another click. One last dial, the final dial. Then, deeper within the mechanism, the sound, the hatch yields.
No, it can't be. You cheated.
I guess they were in the correct order because I'd looked at them all. Hello.
My life's work. Defeated by some nobody.
Indeed.
The spirit vanishes. Whether he fled to the Hall of Echoes or elsewhere, you cannot be sure.
I was going to consume his soul, just be a dick, but I didn't.
Someone worked hard to keep this place secret.
Raymond's orders. That seems useful. Also, spirit vision just in case, because there's bound to be a spirit somewhere in here. Alright, let's have a look at Raymond's orders. This mundane list of duties looks to have been distributed amongst Magisters throughout Reaper's Coast. Okay, so nothing particularly interesting there. There's sauce in here, which is intriguing. Tattered shoes, old scraps, necklace of the sun, malachite, ruby, gold necklace. Lockpicks can go to Losa. The fact there's sauce in here is interesting. They shouldn't be dealing in sauce, really. An orc tusk. Interesting. Pick this for me, will you? A resist all potion is amazing. Alright, so that takes me down to the lamp.
Junk.
Is it though? Yeah, kinda. We have met a genie in a lamp before, that's why I picked it up. Alright, let's go this way first, because I'm pretty sure I know where the other way takes me, so I want to explore this way first.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
So we're going to go through and we're going to search this place as thoroughly as
Careful
possible.
now. That's a trap.
Quite the trap. That apparently I didn't set off.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Magister reports. That's interesting to me.
Aha. There's something behind this painting.
I love having wits.
More Magister trickery. They must have many secrets to go to all that. Didn't sound successful.
Divine. That was last.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Mind. Carrying around insanely large paintings. Probably not the best idea if I want to remain,
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Body. Chest key, that's something, I guess.
Careful
So I should...
now. That's a trap.
I should be able to find... So I found 3 of the 4 buttons.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Behind here, maybe? Oh, no, there's one.
Aha. There's something behind this painting.
Society. Okay, cool.
What's this? I found something.
Curse poison is a shame. And death. Interesting. What was that ring? Pretty good ring. Alright, so, once again.
You are no Magister, no Paladin either. Resourceful of you to breach our inner circle. I'm sure Marwell must be fuming.
He's a white Magister.
Tell me, does Ark still stand?
Yes, Ark still stands. Why would you ask such a thing?
Lately, I was investigating possible threats to Arks. My inquiries led me to suspect that a Dwarven enclave was planning something significant from within the city's sewers. They've long used the sewers for smuggling contraband, but something changed recently. They seemed nervous. More guards, more hidden chambers, more secrets.
Death fog. We actually know about this because Lohar uncovered it and was attempting to stop it.
I fear that an attack against the city might be imminent. Good Queen Justinia seeking to take advantage of the disarray in the Order, perhaps.
What are the things the dwarves are concealing, exactly?
The dwarves ransacked a Divine Order ship recently. The Peacemaker. A vessel like that is commonly used for safely transporting shipments of death fog. If that's what they're hiding down there, then they must be stopped.
Ask about the contraband that the dwarves are smuggling.
There was nothing of great importance, just some restricted goods. It's whatever else they have that concerns me.
Interesting. They don't seem to care about... It's almost like petty crimes are irrelevant, that's just town guard shit, but like... Smuggling death fog, that could wipe out a city, so... Heard enough, turn to other matters. What happened to you?
What happened? I followed orders, that's what. Magister Raymond decreed that no white Magister should fall into captivity, no matter what. Better a quick poison than a sloppy thrust from the Paladin blade, anyway.
Is Raymond here?
Magister Raymond may not be with us in person, but his orders were clear, and we obeyed to the letter.
See, the interesting part here is I'm pretty sure I killed Raymond. A while ago, which means his orders are coming from someone else. Do you know where Dallas is?
The spirit offers you a wry smile.
I'm in a poor position to keep tabs on the living. All I know is that Dallas arrived in the city with a sizable retinue of my white Magister brethren accompanying her.
Very well. I'm going to take the open report and read that. The pages contain intelligence on you, Ahu, and Kem, Godwoken. From detailed spy reports, you can see finely written entries on your escape from Fort Joy, your trails through Reaper's Coast, and the haphazard mess that happened on the Nameless Isle. That's one way to put it. The notes mention to keep a close eye on Ahu, as he has a tendency to disappear in cat form, but his presence is vital as a keeper of the temple. The notes mention that Dallas has personally ordered a full investigation into the leader of the Paladins. She's worried that he may have learned about the Black Bits operation. He did indeed, because I told him about it. Anything else in here that I particularly care about? Not really, if I'm being perfectly honest. They have the death button, which just seems like a bad idea to push. Alright, so society... Once I can't remember the order of these.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Mind... It was like mind, body... No, body was 3. It was mind... Body... No, body was definitely 3rd, I think. Mind was 1st.
There's some mechanism at work behind these walls.
So, mind... Society...
That didn't sound successful.
Maybe I got it wrong? I don't know how I can't remember this 4 mind order. I'm sure it's mind... Body wasn't 2nd? I mean, it was... Okay, let's go mind, body.
There's some mechanism at work
Okay,
behind these walls.
it's the same order as the lock, obviously. Give me the starter sub. So mind, body... Society, divine, right?
There's some mechanism at work behind these walls.
Nice.
Careful now. That did the trick by the sound of it.
Apparently this was well worth it. Because this happened. Giant diamond. Ruby. Diamond. I found the Magister's gold hoard. Gold. Gold. Diamond. Confiscated Ancient Empire staff. I'll take that.
Lucky find.
Malachite. Malachite. Gold. Bust of Alexander. A ruby. Apparently this bust of Alexander is pretty heavy. Yeah, it weighs 150. Probably don't need to carry that. There is a locked chest, which I have the key to. Robes of Revelation. Chemical Warfare Grenade, Jesus, and gold. And then the pile of gold itself, which has another 500 gold. I mean, okay. I'll take all this shit. Let's give it a quick save here. Because I can't remember whether this is...
Maintain secrecy. What are the Magisters hiding?
There's some Geists here. Losa is in combat, the Red Prince is not. Okay, so Losa. I probably want to end this relatively quickly. But these Geists should be pretty easy to kill, in all honesty. Particularly if I use some sauce. That's one way to do it. Let's do spontaneous combustion on the one closest. That was a weird kind of lag spike, I guess. Ooh. He survived that, amazingly. Then he died. Alright. So I need to live here. Magic damage. Cool, I'm full health. I love how easy that is. Alright, 2 more guys to kill. Should be relatively easy. Piece of piss. Alright, Geist. 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 Spirit Vision. Hey, Raymond. Did you suppose you silenced me with your pitiable display of force? Were you so naive as to think I would not come to watch my comrade make the ultimate sacrifice? Their courage is something you will never understand. Murderer. Where is Dallas? Dallas is so very close to her goal. She must be at the cathedral as we speak. Hovering above Lucian's holy corpse, the Aeterin in hand. At least we will purge this world of the gods still raging within. This is how Lucian, even in death, will become the savior of us all. With him, all source will wither. With him, divinity itself will die. No source, no voidworker. Remember, sorcerer. That is what we promised from the start. A cure that will save this world. We will redeem Rivellon. No longer will you and your divine ambitions stand in our way. Tell him to drop his bluster. You're going to stop Dallas. She'll be dead or in chains soon enough.
Raymond's spirit smiles. The fanatical gleam in his eyes makes him look almost alive once more.
This world is rotten, and the rot starts with the gods. We will all be better off without them. You should just stand aside and let it happen. But you won't, will you? Do you even know what you do with these powers that you chase? Say that if you succeed, it will be your right to seize the mantle of divinity and the power that goes with it. You're a power-hungry fool. It's a power-hungry fool like you that made our actions so necessary. Ruthlon needs to be saved from your ilk. Farewell, Godwoken. Enjoy the prestige of being amongst the last of your kind. Interesting.
The spirit of a Magister stares at you with undisguised venom.
Your time is over, Godwoken.
Yeah, we're gonna
The
just...
spirit of a...
Your time...
Whoops.
You should...
The spirit...
Excellent work. I have my doubts about you, but I'm happy to be proven wrong.
Kem looks about, then returns his eyes to you and gives you an imperious nod.
With that out of the way, I'm sure you've prayers to submit and acquaintances to greet. My paladins will see to any further concerns. Goodbye now.
I'm not done down here.
You have done fine work here, friend. Do not spoil it with stupidity. Dallas is of the Divine Order. She is our responsibility. The Paladins will handle this.
Remind him that you found this place, not his paladins. You should investigate.
Stay if you must, but do not touch anything. Paladins, turn this place upside down. I want every nook, cranny, and spider web examined. If there's nothing else, we have a lot to do.
Ask Kem to tell you about Ahu.
I am not a library book to be perused at your leisure. Enjoy the city, won't you?
Whoa! Sorry about that. I accidentally hit my Windows button, because it's not... There we go. It wasn't turned off.
The spirit of a white Magister tips a vial of powder into a goblet of wine before her. She swallows it back without hesitation. The spirit vanishes.
I'm gonna eat your sauce. And... eat the Geist as well.
Oh, Dallas, you best be careful. You're playing with necrofire.
I'm gonna ignore what he said and continue searching. Open report book. It's mine now. Raymond, I have received my final report from agents in Arx. Our enemies are many, but my primary concerns are with the individuals that know how to access the Crypt of Lucian. One of these individuals is obvious, the Crypt Keeper, Lord Ahu. I know Ahu is under your surveil. See that you increase your efforts and report any unusual activities to me. He must not interfere with the grand design. You have done well. I trust in your continued loyalty. Good to know. So, we need to go find Ahu. I think coming here first actually messes up a couple of other quests from memory. It's a weird kind of... like, order of things. And, like, if you come here first, it actually can mess some things up. On the other hand, I'm okay with that. Raymond, our efforts to follow the true teachings of Lucian have taken an unlikely turn. In order to save Ruthlon from the evils of Source, we must first seek the aid of history's most notorious sorcerer, Brachus Rex. The Mad Sorcerer King will be able to lead us to the Aeterian, and then we can purge Source from wherever it lurks in the world. A captured Black Ring necromancer named Tarquin has managed to raise Brachus from his grave. As long as he remains controlled by my leash, we shall be able to use him to put our plans into motion. Once we have prevailed, we can dispose of both Brachus and the necromancer. Brachus shall remain at my side. I will present him to others as Master Vredeman, a scholar and advisor. I need your assistance in keeping Vredeman's true identity a secret. Our plan depends on it. Guard this information with your life. It's dangerous. Lord Ahu. Deathful Rising. The Doctor. The truth is revealed. Vredeman is Brachus Rex, resurrected by Tarquin on Dallas's command. That's dangerous as hell. You cannot control Brachus Rex. Jesus. Kem keeps his chamber locked. Beryl Griff believes he kept secrets from his wife. Lord Kem possesses the original painting of blah 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 blah. A rat begged us to help its mistress. She's imprisoned in the cells beneath the barracks. And this one, Dallas is bound in Lucian's tomb. Before the Paladin took over the Magister's barracks in Arx, prisoners had been disappearing from their cells. Before the Paladin coup, the Magisters had been investigating the disappearance of numerous prisoners from their cells. We have Loisa. Loisa's demon lives in Arx while we meet Dallas. Melody may try to find a way to weaken him. Redemption, Red Prince. Could Sato too be an Arx? Indeed. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. This just goes over the things that we have already done. Freeman is really the resurrected Brackets Rex, controlling the Source King with a domination leash. Dallas used him to find the Aether, and I don't believe that she can control Brackets Rex, because he is insanely powerful, and Dallas is a dumb bitch. So, that's a thing. There's some singed notes over here. I actually wonder whether or not these notes are singed because of all the fire I lit. The child letter is barely legible, but you discern the words Nameless, Utmost, and Alexander around the soot and scorch marks. Interesting. As I said, I'm going to search through this whole place. Secret document. Mine now. This document contains details of one Karen. Seriously, do not leave him unattended. The danger is immense. They didn't call him the Mistake for nothing, you know. He can control massive amounts of sources given the opportunity. I shudder to think, to even think of what happened last time he was in full control of his powers. Interesting. Past mistakes, eh? Find the Godworker known as the Mistake. We read of the Mistake, a Godworker trained by Seekers who turned on the Divine Order. The Magisters still hold him captive. Interesting. There's also a book here. I can deduct one recipe from this book, but this reads more like a puzzle than a recipe. I'll have to experiment with what I can learn from these rhymes. With essence of lice on paper you write, with a piece of Rivlon's dwellers you cite, the magic desired, offenders mistreat, turn flesh into feather, apply chicken feet. Interesting. That will actually teach you how to do the chicken spell. What's it called? Chicken claw? You turn someone into a chicken, effectively. Nothing of particular note here. As I said, I am going to search this place as thoroughly as possible. Take all the things I want, like this journal, for instance. The handwriting in Raymond's private journal is so full of flourishes, whorls, and loops, it is almost seen as if he wants to obfuscate the meaning of the text within. Much of it sounds half-crazed, but some passages bear lucid details. Soon, the grand design will be upon us. Soon it will be realized. The time of the White Magisters has come, the grandest design of all. We have a sacred duty to cleanse the world of filth of source. Our Lucian guides us, today as always. I would have relished accompanying Dallas to the tomb of Lucian to see our final victory come to pass, but I am needed here, and I shall see that my sacred duty is fulfilled. I will see no one enter the tomb. I will see destroy all papers, scrolls, and mines that would reveal the way. Okay, good to know. What does that give me? Last stand of the Magisters. Perhaps Paladin can help us. Dallas is bound to... I don't trust Paladins, necessarily. There's another singed note over here. The paper is singed almost beyond legibility, save for the repeated mentions of the divine that can be seen. Okay. Go up here. We're actually sitting nearly at 40 minutes, so it's probably going to be close to the end of the episode, but... This report details the many and varied ways in which the dwarves are suspected of plotting a preemptive attack on the Divine Order. Following script military protocol, the author of the report suggests that the Order bide their time and wait to see what the next dwarven move might be. Interesting. Yeah, okay, that's what I expected. Flame Rune, blah blah blah, don't really care. There's another singed note over here. The only part of these official orders that is not singed or crisp is the embossed and gilt-edged seal of Dallas the Hammer herself. Interesting. Head up here. I can actually talk to Magister Raymond and tell him about the Dallas plans, but I'm not going to. Because I don't fully trust him. Intelligence brief. A Misty Diamond. Orc Tusk. Warden's Report. Look at all these things. Alright, Intelligence Brief. This journal was apparently used for tracking the patrol's routes of Ark's Paladins. Each target is described in detail, from the gender and hair color to each Paladin to the fit and condition of their uniforms. Interesting. So they were expecting some kind of coup, probably. You can barely make out the writing, so hard did its author press the pen against the page. From what you can tell, this report details the results of the Magister's barbaric interrogation techniques. Interesting. Cryptid book. Nonsensical words sprawled across this book, as if an ogre had eaten the alphabet and vomited upon the paper. You presume it be some kind of code, but you have no interest in deciphering it.
They must have left some evidence. Why else try to burn it?
Well, maybe they were successful at burning it all. A belt. I'll take the belt. I'll take the gold. Hello, Ethany.
You again. It seems we are fated to meet before the Hall of Echoes after all.
She's a spirit now. Ask what happened to her plans of going to the Hall of Echoes. She, by the way, was the skeleton woman who blew herself up. We gave her a book that allowed her to blow herself up.
She grimaces, looking away from you.
No, it's not at all how I imagined it. I thought there would be so much more to learn. Now I am seeking things you could never find for me. Rituals to awaken as an undead again. True death only rekindled my desire to be alive. And I've heard there's some kind of covenant I can swear.
Ah. Yeah, there is, but you probably shouldn't. She's talking there about the covenant with the Source King, which will allow her to come back as an undead from a Source Ghost, but this is my medium. All these runes are mine, and this brilliant necklace, and my memoirs, and a mind maggot grenade recipe. The letter is written in an ancient tongue. The language is guttural, demonic, and dark. Reading the note out loud sounds like an incantation. Just looking at the words feels like you're being taught how to work with ancient technology. Interesting. Sell that. My memoirs. I remember when I was a kid, we made water balloons from intestines. Ewick. That's an interesting set of memoirs. Alright. So we've now searched this place almost entirely. One thing I want to do yet, though, is to actually take these stairs up. But first, let's get these chests that are sitting here, apparently. I was unaware that they were a thing. There doesn't seem to be a whole hell of a lot in them, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, not really. And this here takes us up, back up through the secret entrance. So that's something. And with that, I think we're pretty much done with the episode, if I'm being perfectly honest. We've essentially uncovered the Magister's plot. So as far as things we've done everything out here except for this one fight up here. We've cleared out the school, done all the stuff with the school and the little demon girl. We've cleared out the barracks here. So I'm slowly kind of making my way up. Next I'm probably going to go over here and search Lord Kem's place because I'm a nosy asshole. Or maybe go up and do the Lizard Consulate. They're apparently being attacked by Voidwoken. Lots of things I can do. But that's going to be it for this episode. It ended up being a relatively long one, but, you know, not much you can do about that. But that's going to be it for this episode. So if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye, guys.